Greetings, drinking buddies. So today we have lined up here three pretty hard to find 12-year bourbons, and we're going to figure out which one's the best.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies. So I finally landed this unicorn of mine. I know in some areas it's not that hard to find, but in my area, any Weller is extremely hard to find. I had to go to Texas to get the special reserve, and I did land a full proof earlier last year, but those are the only Wellers I've ever found until today. I got this, and I thought, hey, it'd be really fun to see how it stacks up against two really excellent 12-year bourbons. 1792 aged 12 years, which is a pretty standard mash bill for bourbon, around 18% rye. Then we got our Knob Creek 12-year, so it's going to be 13% rye. And for this one, for me, the last time I had it, had a little bit of a black licorice flavor going on it that I don't normally pick up on bourbons. Yeah, it's a pretty peanutty bottle as well. I should be able to pick that one out. And then lastly, we have the one where there's no rye at all. That rye has been replaced with wheat, and it's about 20% wheat, therefore making it a wheated bourbon. It claims to be the original wheated bourbon. 90 proof, 100 proof, and 96.6. So the Knob Creek should stand out as being the higher proof one as well, but none of these drink very hot. They all drink pretty smooth. I have them poured blind. I mixed them all up. There's a little piece of paper underneath each one that'll tell me which one is which. And I say we just dive right in and see what we can taste on number one. Smells very citrusy and a little vanilla. It's a little caramel. That one's got a little bit of the baking spice flavors going on. This is gonna sound crazy, but I feel like it's the Weller. Just there's a Weller flavor profile that I believe that's it. Tastes very light on proof, very smooth. If I didn't know it was 90, I'd probably guess it's about 80 because it tastes so light on the proof side. Some people might say that 12 years is the perfect age for bourbon because a lot of younger bourbons have a grain forward quality and they're very sweet. And then older bourbons tend to have a more oak forward flavor and are a little more dry. And 12 years kind of feels like that's a sweet spot for me as far as you get a little bit of the sweetness and a little bit of that grain flavor, and you get a lot of the barrel char and you get a little of that dryness from the oak. In a sweet spot where neither one of those flavors is really taking over. You get a lot of complexity out of a 10 to 15 year bourbon from my perspective. I haven't had a lot of the really old stuff though, so. Number two. Now this one's even more citrusy than the last one. And this one's got a little bit of baking spice on the nose. Sweeter than the first one. It's got a little bit of a peanutty thing going on. I'm not sure I'm willing to commit to that being Knob Creek though, because it's not super peanutty. I think I might need to taste the third one to decide. Maybe it's more of like a pecan thing. It's a nut of any kind. Let's go number three. This one's got a little bit of a grainy nose. Not in a bad way. Sometimes I get a grainy nose and it almost ruins the bourbon for me if it's too grain forward, like I'm opening up a barn and smelling a barn. Definitely not that on this one. Okay. So that one's very vanilla forward. Really good. There's a little more proof on that one than the last one, I think. Maybe that there's that black licorice thing on the end. But I feel like number two tasted more peanutty than number three. As of right now, I think it's Weller 1792 Knob Creek, but I'm gonna go back through them again and I'll give my final guesses. All right, drinking buddies, I think I'm ready to rank them. Number 1 was the best for me. Really solid bottle. Number 2, I'm gonna go with number 2. So I'm actually ranking them in order. So for me, I'm going 1, 2, 3, and I believe this to be the Weller, the 1792, and the Knob, I believe. So let's see if I'm right. I might have gotten them all wrong. Weller, 1792, Knob Creek. Hey guys, I get to keep my whiskey YouTube channel a little longer. I got them right. You guys can't take my whiskey card away from me. So yeah, so the ranking was Weller first, 1792, and Knob. Yeah, this was a fun little experiment. I think these are all really excellent bottles. If you see any of them in the wild, they're worth buying. This is probably the easier one of the 3 to find. I've had many opportunities to buy this one. This one I've only ever seen once, and this one I've only ever seen once. So these 2 are pretty hard, but this guy I've seen many times. In fact, if you have a Costco membership, it seems to pop up there fairly regularly. If there's a Total Wine in your area, ask somebody that works there, and they'll tell you when it's coming in, because it seems to be at Total Wine pretty regularly as well. So the other 2 might be more of a challenge. You might be hunting those for a while, but I'm pretty sure you can find the Knob Creek if you try hard enough. Yeah, that's just so good. Well, drinking buddies, thank you for watching. I really appreciate all of you. If you could hit that subscribe for me if you haven't already, and leave a little comment below what you think your favorite of these 3 might be. Thanks for watching.